Alright folks, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. For your safety, please remain seated at all times. Keeping all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. For those of you with small children whose feet did not touch the floor, make sure they're seated away from the train openings or on an adult flap. We're on our way to the New Orleans Square Station.
J-Mark! Yep. It's been 3 weeks.
Sounds good. What do you got?
How you been?
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting on.
For those of you just joined us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. For your safety, please remain seated at all times. Keeping all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. For those of you small children whose feet did not touch the floor, make sure they're seated away from the train openings or on an adult lap. We're on our way to Mickey's Toontown, people.
It's where the critters are celebrating a zippity-doo-dah day. As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, the last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. Sharing his stories with those in the Great River Valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams, and the stories that went with them, were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable. Like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Alright folks, we're now making our way into Mickey's Toontown Depot. This is going to be your stop for Mickey's Toontown, where you're going to be with Mickey and all of his friends, as well as Fantasyland, where you can reach his small world, the Fantasyland box behind the counter. The 9-hour box questions and the Fantasyland computer list shows that Mickey and Adventureland. You're out to Mickey today. This is going to be your stop, folks. Please remain seated. All hands on street legs inside your bed. Wait until we come to a full and complete stop.
Characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember your personal belongings, then step carefully from the train. Have fun.
Keep your hands on your feet and legs inside the train. And for those of you with small children whose feet did not touch the floor, make sure they're seated away from the train openings or in an adult's lap. Next stop, Tomorrowland Station.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. And if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors,
We're going to make this flight detour to the Grand Canyon Annual War. The safety and courtesy to those around you. Please turn the flashes off on your camera. Once again, folks, you're more than welcome to take as many pictures and as much video as you like. Just please don't flash the top of your video light.
Simply supervising your children. If your children do not turn out to your children, it is always nothing or whatever. Learning to properly reach you but first quick equal to the million and find the time real time in the world. For your safety, the safety of around you, please don't crash into our or your lady. Once again, you're more than welcome to take out any speech for that one. From the captain, flash, marketing, or your
Welcome to yesterday's tomorrow.
everyone. Welcome aboard the Disneyland Monorail. We are now beginning a 2.5-mile journey to downtown Disney Station and back. For a safe trip, remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the cabin. Be sure to watch your children and no smoking, please. Hotel shuttles and public transit stops.
Which is our final destination, where all passengers and pilots must exit. Today, Disneyland will be open until midnight. And if you wish to use the monorail in order to return to the downtown Disney area or the Disneyland hotels, make sure you're in line no later than midnight tonight, for at that time, our line will be cutting off. We thank you in advance for your cooperation and hope you continue to enjoy your stay at this happy, wonderful, mystical, magical, memorable place where dreams really do come true here at Disneyland. Now it's time for me to return you to your announcer. You know, Mr. Voice and I go way back. All the way back to that station. Oh, you're on!
To the right of the monorail, you just might spot the sparkling gold spires of one of Disney's